All right. Welcome back to more FLA Homes. If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian Clay. Alongside me is one of our real estate rock stars on the squad, the Wesley Chapel King himself. Corey, how are you?
Another beautiful day in Tampa Bay. What's going on, my man?
Listen, I'm excited that we're back in Two Rivers, right? Because this is
We're
we'll,
back.
we'll we'll go, we'll show some Two Rivers stuff, right? People are like,
hmm
oh man, I want to know more about Two Rivers, and then we just like start showing other things because we got obligations, right? So anytime we come back to Two Rivers, me myself, I'm like a student as well because you're gonna educate us on this. So I'm excited to be back. What are we looking at today?
It's growing every time we're in the community. And it just so happens that we've had a lot of clients reach out to us about this community. One of the homes we're going to show today, we have several clients that are interested in this floor plan. So back in Two Rivers, we're talking about 12 different villages that are going to be inside of Two Rivers. So there's a lot to cover. There's a lot of different builders, but for the buyer, that means there's a lot of really good opportunities. And we've been able to create a little bit of competition even between the builders to get some of our services. Like you're seeing Taylor Morrison section over here today, where it is going to be a gated section of the community. So you do have a separate sub HOA fee for that. We're going to see some really nice floor plans, a level 3 builder. We're going to have some of those semi custom options to choose different bedrooms, extra bathrooms, elevations on the front of the home, garage design. But ultimately, they're still doing spec homes and giving some really nice prices on those quick move ins where we're finding the best deals all the time. So we have clients interested in building, we have some that are interested in model homes. And what we're finding is that the demand is for this Two Rivers area right now, but there is a lot to go through, kind of like we just said, with having 12 different villages. So it is important to reach out to us so we can help guide you through this. And I think we'll be able to give you a few examples today on how we've helped our clients kind of guide them through this process of working with the builders, how to build them. And this floor plan, we're going to show off a little bit later, and you're going to love this home, Christian.
I'm excited about it. Hey, listen, before that, let me just show everybody where we're located. So this is not Wesley Chapel, or is it? I know you said last episode it's like part of it is going to be in Wesley Chapel, the other part Zephyrhills. Yes.
So it's Zephyrhills, and it's going to be in Hillsborough County. So it's going to be going further south into Hillsborough as well. And that's where they're going to have the luxury section where they're saying the home prices are probably from 1 million up to 5 million. And they're going to have that Champions level golf course over there as well.
So you can potentially be 40 minutes to the airport. You're in a suburb of Orlando, although Hillsborough or Orlando, I'm so sorry, Tampa. You're in a suburb
There
of
you go.
Tampa, although Hillsborough is Tampa's county. Now, let me ask you this question, Corey.
Yeah.
We're getting so many people that reach out about this community. Do you and let's be honest, we're seeing a little bit of a slowdown in areas down here, right? We're seeing because we track where everybody reaches out, and we know it's hurricane season, right? We're going to be upfront with everybody. Do you think it's because of what they're doing in the community, which is we're going to talk more about that, but it's far enough inland where it's not worrying people, or like where are your feelers for that whole ordeal? Like why are people reaching out for this area?
You're right. So I think it's a little bit of a combination of a few things you said there. One, we're going to see that this is going to be one of the high-end master plan communities that is going to be super desirable in the coming future in all of greater Tampa area, especially when we're talking about the west section where they're going to have the landing,
The
which we know is
landing.
going to
That's where we're
be
living.
the landing, the luxury club and social club. It's a $27 million social club that's going to be inside your community. You pay a yearly fee to be a part of that club, but it's going to have some really nice amenities, similar to what we've seen kind of at Vida's Way, where it has a nice resort style pool, dog parks, pickleball, tennis. But I would say just on a more expansive level when you're talking the landing, especially considering that you're going to have some casual dining inside of this as well. It is going to be a members only club. There's even a dress code in the dining room. So it's going to be more of a high end
Sure.
luxury social club that people are going to want to be a part of. And you're buying into this community to be a part of this. This guy's going crazy on this rendering shot. He's going so fast. He was like freaking out, like he was playing The Sims or something right there.
Hold on, this
But
right here, this shot right here reminds me of Vida's Way. We even pulled it up for everybody. So
absolutely.
here's a shot of the amenity center for Vida's Way. This is a very small kind of piece of what the landing could potentially be, right? But when you get to that water area where there's the sidewalk and the playground, I think it'll give you more of a realistic idea of what it could potentially look like, a smaller version of it, for sure.
And they just broken ground on the landing. So it's going to be probably late 2026 when that is accessible to the residents in the neighborhood. But like you see on the screen, I would say like just had a little bit smaller scale considering the size of what they're going to have over at Two Rivers. But the pickleball courts, having all of this on water or next to, forest, you're going to have some really nice views when you're at your amenity center. You can see it's covered in palm trees. It's really giving you that resort style feel, beach, zero beach entry. But this is why people are looking to live into Two Rivers. Amongst another thing you said, looking a little bit further inland. We've
Hmm.
seen people just after last year having a couple storms pass through in a short amount of time, really looking to live further away from the coast. One, to avoid any future damage to their home. Two, for homeowners insurance purposes. And three, there's a lot more new construction when you look inland. So we're seeing people make the move over to this area and currently working with the few families that are moving from St. Pete, South Tampa, Hyde Park, different areas where they're closer to the city, but are moving out here not only for, like we said, the acclimate weather, but to get more of a family community feel out of where they live. It's just a little bit different when you're talking about working or living all the way out here in the
Hmm.
Zephyrhills, but there's so much growth in the area. Another factor into that, we're talking about the surf parks. We found out that Two Rivers actually is going to have two different publics inside the community. So they
It's
got
almost
two
like you
different
have to,
spaces.
right? Imagine what, because they
You
can't,
almost have to,
and I
right?
don't know if they're going to build the Publix inside of the community or just on the outskirts. That's my assumption, just on the
Hmm.
outskirts, like right when you leave the community. But man, as big as this place is going to be, one Publix, if you have to go on one side of the community, is probably going to be a little, it's not going to be an easy drive kind of navigating through, right? So two is almost needed.
Check this out. So the first one is going to be right at the very main entrance of the community, inside the community. Your first
Okay.
Publix right there, and it's going to be on the section where you enter the landing, the west section over here. So your Publix is literally inside your community. We found out from the builders that the developers of this community had to open up a new wing of their department to take on the commercial calls for people that were competing to get into this space. So we're talking, the top end commercial spaces are coming in. Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. This is just my assumption,
Hmm.
but we know there's a lot of competition to be inside this neighborhood if you do have any kind of franchise that you're looking to put over here. So super desirable. New schools on the way. The K through 8's been approved. High school's in the works right now. And I think another huge selling point of this particular community that we're looking at today is that there's almost no rear facing neighbor lots available anywhere inside the community. So when we're talking about trying to help you find a home site, you can take a look at this site map, and I don't think there's a bad decision. Everything's on water, facing trees. There's some that you absolutely no homes from the back of your house. And we're seeing that that's another reason people want to move out here. Just a little more tranquility in your lifestyle compared to the hustle and bustle of living in the city.
Now, you were talking about the clients that we have right now that are considering a little bit of strategy on how we operate for our clients, putting the builders against each other. I know in the landing we're seeing, or just in Two Rivers in general, we're seeing builders come with their A game, right? They're coming with a little more. They
Absolutely.
know they need to win out here, right? So take everybody down the rabbit hole of how we operate when people are like, I want this product. How do I get this product? Like, what do we do? What's our strategy?
Yeah, we do have a very tight strategy that we've kind of developed ourselves to help people in this situation. And I think the best way to kind of describe it is an example that we've worked with recently. A client reached out to us wanting a specific builder floor plan in a Two Rivers community, and we went out there, checked it out, looked at the lots, but instead of just settling on the option that they had already decided or researched themselves, I told them, give me a chance to show you something comparable or better, or maybe even a better deal. Let's at least check it out and look at it. And after bringing them to a community like this where they're able to see the home that we're going to show here soon, they decided that this floor plan might be even better than the one they were looking at. Now, how did the deals line up? That's another important part, right? So we were able to tell, different builders, this is what we're dealing with. And a lot of times they're creating competition where they're like, I'll bring it to my manager and we'll see if we can match it. So there is opportunity and wiggle room in these deals. Now, trying to do it yourself, I mean, good luck with that. But because we have a strategy, because we have a system that we operate with to find you the best deals, we're going to make sure that we're maximizing your potential. And I know it's the golden rule if you watch our videos, don't go to the builder alone, but still, what, every week, Christian, we get the call, we're under contract and we need help. Or I know most recently it's been we're in the model homes with our client, the other people walking up to us saying, hey, we watch your videos, I heard your voice, you're the Wesley Chapel King. there's nothing I can do to help you though
Yeah,
at this point, you know. So it's
absolutely.
like the numbers on the screen. Don't be the neighbor that moves in and the neighbor next to you got a way better deal because they worked with us, because it's gonna happen. I guarantee. And all these neighborhoods that we have families buying, you're gonna be the one left out if you're not just reaching out to us. And it's a very simple process that we do to help you, but we're gonna save you time, and I guarantee you we're gonna save you money somewhere in that deal, and it's gonna be free of charge to you when you're working with these builders.
There you have it. That's just a little sprinkle, right? So we've built the built method, which, throughout our videos, if you kind of piece it together, we'll talk more about the pillars and such. But just know it's not one decision when you're buying a new construction home. It's a series of small decisions, and you got to have some strategy behind you. We take the emotion out of it. We want our clients to love what they see, and then we want to go towards it with some strategy, right? Take the emotion out, do it the right way for you guys. So anything else about the community before we take a look at this beautiful home?
No, let's jump right into the home. I think you
Excited about
nailed it
this.
right there. But it's a lot of it has to come down to the research that we do with these builders, the experience that we have working with these builders, whether it is one of these inventory homes or you're looking at designing and semi-custom building your own home. There's many different ways it can go when you're going to these different builders. They offer different incentives, but I think another important part that we try to help guide you in is knowing what does the builder offer in the packages of the home. What standard options are they giving you in this home? Because there's some builders that nothing comes standard. Other builders will give you a list like this. I'm glad you pulled that up. This is a list from one of the builders, not the same one we're looking at today, but it does give you a very detailed list of what you're getting in the home. The tile roof comes standard. Like that's a very expensive 30 to 50-year roof that there is part of your base price of your home. All of these things come within the base price of your home, and then you have the choice to upgrade. I could show you a builder where there's one thing on there, so you're going to be paying everything as an additional cost to get into the home. So kind of helping people, guide them through which builder's giving you standard options, and then what the costs are for these upgrades. We really like to break that down for our clients. I've actually sat in an 8-hour design studio appointment with one of our clients to not only assist him, but to learn on how these builders operate and what they're offering you in their design studio. But this is one of those builders that does give you a ton of standard options in the upgrades, so you can really come in at an affordable price when you build it yourself.
I can say this before we take a look at the home. Corey does an excellent job for our clients, really helping them make the decisions for their home. You like what you like out there, but all we're going to do is approach it from a standpoint of like, hey, where is your future value going to be? If you spend money on
Yep,
this, is it going to bring you value? I know you love it, right? But like, let's categorize everything and see what's really going to bring the value. And if you're somebody that's like, I'm just going to write a check for whatever, like I don't care, then that's totally fine. But like having some strategy behind
absolutely.
you definitely helps. And I know Corey does a great job when it comes to home designing.
Perfect example. This weekend we're looking in one of these homes trying to decide what size lanai they would want to add to the building plans when they do it. Now there's a couple different options. You have the standard, then you can do a small like 5 foot extension, then you have like a whole backside of your house, 20-foot extension. What are the cost of these three things? Is this something you want to do afterwards, or
Yeah,
how costly is that going to be? Usually the structural things will try to get those done for you with the builder. Cosmetic stuff, there's a ton of opportunity to get done afterwards. But the structural item, we were talking about the patio. How does that bring value in the future? When you go to resell, some of these huge extended, 800 square foot lanais, that does bring a lot of value and a lot of attention to your home, especially when you're talking about a tight resale market in Florida right now, where you're seeing people that are selling their home 5, 10 years later, having a little bit of difficulty competing against builders that are giving you closing costs, interest rate buy downs, warranty on your home. Like you got to have something special in your home to bring
100%.
you that resale value in the future. So we'll help guide you through that structurally. We were working with another client, wanted just showers. We told them, hey, maybe add at least one tub because families will want to buy this home and they'll need that. That's going to deter someone or any family looking in a community like Vida's Way or Two Rivers, where you're going to see that demographic is mostly families in these communities. So like you said, helping people guide them through what are the best builders, what are the best structural options, what can we help you with our vendors that we work closely with afterwards to get some of these things done. Is a very important process of looking to do a semi-custom build.
Sure.
Buying a dirt lot, choosing the lot, all these things are, like you said, a series of small decisions, but you got to have some expertise on your side, because you might lose money in the deal and then you might lose money in the long term if you're just trying to piece it all together yourself.
That boy is singing, boy. Some R&B music, boy. Hey, but
Let them cook.
listen, in a market where we see it now, like the resale side inventory is crazy high right now, right? And let's just take this floor plan
Yep.
for example. They're gonna build, I don't know, let's just guess 50 of these floor plans inside of the community, right?
Uh,
Let's just say the community's done and you go to resell your home and there's 10 of them that are on the market. There's going to be two things that you can really do to your home to separate it, right? Structural options, the right structural options, and the lot. The lot's really, really going to make sense. So I know Corey was pointing out that, hey, there's no rear facing neighbors lots in this community, or maybe very few. I
Very
would
few, yeah.
still go deep and dig and try to find that most unique lot, that one thing that you can stand on and say, 22 of you guys in this community with the same home as me, nobody has this lot right here, right? And obviously
Exactly.
it's our job to like really do the negotiating to get that, but like those are things just don't go in there. And I'm talking to the person that's probably the DIY person. That's just like, you know what? I learned from these guys. I'm going to go in there, right? I'm going to give you just a little nugget, right? I would love for you to work with us, have some reputation, but you're not going to do that. Just don't take what they're offering. Like, just try to get as much as you can, but you got to have some strategy behind you for sure.
And you need exactly someone working on your side. If you are going to the builder, you're just going without representation. That's ultimately what it comes down to. And it's you again. Once you sign the contract, the builder is on the other side of that. They're going to sell you a home, but you were just kind of left alone without representation if you don't bring in a realtor with you. And that's really where we come in, is to help guide you through that contract to closing portion. That's not just the deal. Getting the deal, we love doing that part, but the contract to closing is really where all the work get set in,
For
especially if
sure.
you're thinking about building a home like this, having transparent documentation where you can see a site map and you're like, oh, it's a pond. And you get out there and it's a wet, dry pond. And
Mm-hmm.
during the non-rainy months, it is just a big dirt hole in your backyard now, right? So finding out what these lots really look like, we get out there, we're walking them with our clients, the whole perimeter, talking about the land behind it. Is this conservation? Is it protected? Is it owned by the community or is it owned by the neighbor? What's to come in the future over here with different roads just outside of your community? And we really get into depth on how that lot is going to bring you resale value. I love when our clients get into loving the home, and while they're walking around loving everything, checking out the pantry, checking out this beautiful vent hood that you'll see needs is getting
I
replaced
saw
right
that.
now. I just saw a little glimpse of it. Yep,
There it
that's
is.
that's the new feature that they're offering. It's sick though. I love it. No, there's gonna be a nice white wood one that's going up there, actually upgrading it a little bit. But we're going to help guide you through, like we said, finding these lots and really getting you that resale value. I love the client can love their home, and I'm already thinking about how is this going to sell in the future, which was one reason that I brought him to this comparable home, is because the master is downstairs. So I was explaining to them that on a family home, everybody can live in an owner suite downstairs. Maybe a large portion of buyers in the future can't buy your home because the master's upstairs. So
Exactly.
think about the resale side of it. This home also offers them a second downstairs ensuite for any other family, for maybe their baby in the future. And then there's a third ensuite upstairs. So we're talking about 4.5 bathrooms, a beautifully laid out grand area here with a designated living spaces for the dining room, the living room, and a pocket slider door on the glass that can open up this entire wall
Mm.
to this like beautiful extended lanai with the pool. And this is really what a view looks like when you're in Two Rivers. If you want to like feel what Two Rivers looks like, this is what most of the home sites are going to look like when you live there. And you can do the pool and the bird cage and the outdoor kitchen. Like, it is really something that is
That's Florida.
attractive to
Yeah.
a lot of our buyers. It's the real Florida living, right? Here I'm showing you the pocket door that goes behind the wall there and just opens that whole space up. It feels bright, airy, fresh, voluminous. Like, I absolutely love this grand area, but the home itself has a lot of future resale value from just the layout and the flow. And that was what our clients wanted. They said, "Hey, we love this home, but show me something else that's comparable or a better deal." And that's where we can kind of really work the best deal possible, like you said, building a little bit of leverage from having two different builders that both want us to work with them. what's going to
Hey,
be the
no,
best
hey,
for our
whoa, that's
family.
enough. That's enough. You guys
Yeah.
got free game. My boy's giving you too much free game. Too
No,
much free game. Which, by the
no,
way, $0 to use our service. You come work with us, builder will pay our fees. We
that's
got you
it.
on that. Best way to reach us, email team@morefla.com, or you can text the number that's floating above right now. Question for you. Question for you.
Yes. What's up?
So definitely a level 3 product, cut from the cloth of here's the lot, here's the floor plan,
Mhm.
what structural options. Let's go to the design studio. What is the time frame like in Two Rivers for Taylor Morrison from I guess permit to close, like roughly around there? Like what's the build time?
I think I would say on the average it's going to be about 8 to 10 months,
Okay.
and that's with permitting as well. It's going to vary between the different builders out here, and it does take a little bit longer than we'll say a level one or level two builder with just the design studio process. You have to go through different structural options that you're choosing before you go to permitting. But I think you're still going to see that they can build very quickly once they get the permitting. It's like it's 6 to 8 months total, pretty much from that part right there.
For all of my people out there, because everybody's that's buying in these communities, they're not always moving to Florida, right? A lot of people are local as well. They're moving up, or they're, like you said, moving from maybe St. Petersburg inland a little more. But for my people that are relocating and they can't be there for the, let's say, 10 to 12 month time frame from choosing the home and all of the walks and inspections, we do offer a service where we have transparent documentation. Corey was hitting it on the head earlier. The videos that you're seeing like this, these are the videos that we do for our clients. Not necessarily me and Corey talking, right, for a personalized video, but the
Yeah.
walkthroughs that we're doing, going to all of the inspections. Whereas if you have the builder doing photos for you whenever they do a walkthrough or an inspection or something like that, they might not have your eyes. They might not be as picky as you and me might be, where we don't work for the builder. Like, we want to make sure we get you the home the way it should be. So that's where transparent documentation comes into play. We do it for all of our contracts. We do it for all of our walkthroughs, our inspections. You have somebody that's on your side that has picky eyes, like you should probably have, that also has, the tough skin to, if something's not the way it should be, to stand up about that, right, and take care of it for you guys.
It's funny you mentioned that too. We got an update from one of our sales reps the other day. One of our clients just went under contract. He said, "I'll do a quick video," or she asked, Can you please do a video for us?" to the sales rep. He was like, "Yeah." And he's even someone we work with. He's our boy. But we got like four broken up videos that were like 8 second. It was like drywall bedroom, drive. Like that's not a very thorough
It's not his
documentation
fault
of that.
either, right? But like
It's
on
not
our
his fault. We
side,
were thankful we
we're
got
very
it.
uniform in how we operate. Like once again, I
Yes.
know we hit it on it, like we pushed the subject a lot, but it's the systems,
Yeah.
right? Doing it the same way every time. I don't think the builder taught them how to properly send an update video, so he's probably trying to figure it out. I don't know how that works, but
Yeah, of course. So I told our client, like, hey, well, I'll get out there tomorrow and I'll do a better video for you. But you also mentioned too having someone that we've done a ton of these now new build homes. I would say this year we've had a lot of people go from dirt all the way to finish and taking videos and getting you that documentation. Even this week, I had to go to a pre slab to check out the underground plumbing for someone. Got him some nice drone videos, and then a few days later they poured the slab. And this afternoon we were able to get out there and take a nice drone video of the slab that was just laid fresh and shiny and everything for them. So we're going to keep updating them on this build process. And it's also a video we're going to do later where we can show you the steps of building and how we know what goes on during this construction process to give you, like you said, that extra set of eyes when we get out there to check on the video or to check on the home for you to update you with the video. We're going to know if something's wrong and if we should wave the red flag to one of the construction managers to slow down. Can we check this out or verify that everything's correct?
dude, we work. We work.
Yeah, we
Question
do.
for
We
you.
do. We do. Yeah.
I like the builder. Obviously, like we've done a lot of business with Taylor Morrison. I do want to make sure remind me. We'll talk about the whole model home, right? Purchasing and doing a lease back on the
Mhm.
model home. But who is the comparable builder for the Taylor Morrison? Like which one or two builders in Two Rivers could we kind of put in the same category? Like out of these three builders, Mister or Mrs. Level 3 buyer are going to be your top options.
Absolutely. So I would say especially within the landing over
Yeah.
here, Pulte, Taylor Morrison, MI Homes, and Homes by West Bay. They all kind of fit right into that mold. I
Okay.
would say the one that's at the top there is going to be Homes by West Bay. But I would say MI Homes, Taylor Morrison, you can definitely get into some of these homes, especially their spec homes that they have at a very affordable price. They're giving huge incentives right now. We're getting a lot more than what they're just putting on the website. So I think it's another reason that you reach out to us is because yes, the builders are giving huge deals right now. Rates are high, so they're offering incentives to get you into these homes. At some point, this will go away. You know, when rates come
Yeah.
down, prices go up, incentives fall off. But while you're buying a home from not just, you know, Jackie down the street or whoever, you know, in another neighborhood, you're buying from a corporation with deep pockets. And sometimes we're able to move the needle.
Hmm.
Oftentimes, we're able to move that needle to get a bigger deal for you guys. And they're still winning too, right? They're selling a home, they win, but you can win even more if you reach out to us. But it's definitely a system, like you said, that we've developed to make sure that you're getting the best deal, to make sure you're getting the highest quality from the builder, and
Hmm.
that you're going to absolutely love your community when you're here in Florida. Because a lot of times when you don't end up where you did your research, you're going to tell us you like Two Rivers, this area. We can show you a community. I know one that's across the street where the deals are even better than what we're showing in Two Rivers. And we've taken a lot of families that direction as well. So call us, reach out to us, make sure that we're in the model home with you when you go to that appointment. We
I
want to
don't
be
want to
there.
meet you in the
We'll
model
make it
home when you're
happen.
talking to the rep and I have my car.
Yeah, I know. I love meeting you guys then too, but just call us before and I'll meet you there. You know, you guys see us out there when you're in the model home. So this is, I think, definitely a big process. And like you said, designing a home like this, the budget really goes when you get to design studio, because we'll
Yeah.
know on paper what you're paying for the base and the lot, but that design studio that's up to you when you get there, and they can try to upsell you. But if we can strategically give you ways to, hey, maybe do your third bathroom at a standard level, upgrade it later, save some money here or there. It's going to help you significantly when you walk out of design and have your final purchase price. And this builder itself has full design, but they also have what they call as a canvas, and it's pretty much packages. So you can buy a home that we're looking on screen right now and do a package where they've designed it with counters, cabinets, and floors, and that's a little bit more affordable than going to just a full design studio. So just getting a footprint like this, high ceilings like you see right here in the foyer is standard. Something like in the courtyard, where in the front, where the driveways or the garage is on the left side and the two-car garage is on the right. That's going to be an upgrade option if you want to have that courtyard style elevation. So it's going to cost a little more to have this. So when you walk up to the mall, you might be like, I love this house, not knowing that that driveway on the left side costs you almost $30,000, you know, to add on. So we'll really guide you to make sure you know what you're going to pay for these upgrades, what you want to have and what you want to do afterwards.
I know you wanted to talk more about investors, right? Like we've helped people buy model homes, do lease backs. We've helped families buy homes from people that have purchased model homes before with this builder, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about with that? Like, what do you want to educate people on?
There's just a lot of opportunity in buying model homes.
Hmm.
We see that investors are buying model homes. What really happens in this situation is that the builder is going to lease that model home back from you until they sell out of the neighborhood. It's usually around a 2 year period. It can fluctuate 6 months either direction, usually, but they're going to pay you a good percentage of your purchase price in monthly rent up until they give you the keys to that home. So you close on it right away. They lease the home back from you. So they're paying, you know, your full mortgage at least for you. And then you also have a builder that's taking care of your home. They're
Exactly.
cleaning it weekly. They're fixing everything
It's
because
the
it is
best
their
tenant you could
showcase home.
have.
It's the
It's
best tenant on earth. They're paying on time. They're, you know, they're cutting the grass, looks good. Landscaping's perfect. All the sprinkler heads work. So they're taking good care of this home, while at the same time you can be building equity on this home.
exactly,
We see some
exactly,
investors do it, turn around 2 years and just sell it and maybe make
exactly.
100,000, 150,000. So it's a great opportunity for investors to buy these homes where it's pretty much hands off, great tenant. Let's turn around and flip it at the end, take some of that equity, and also for people that are relocating. We've had a few people reach out there. I'm retiring in a few years. I want to make a game plan. This is a great way to help you with that game plan. Because even if you have a home now and you need to sell it later, being able to qualify for the lease back and have them paying the mortgage pretty much lets the lender know that you can qualify for both homes because you have a tenant, you have a rental property in this situation. So being able to have a home that you can rent out and you know you can go to in 2 years, if you're not ready to move, you're still building equity on that home over that time frame. But now you know, hey, in 2 years I own this home. I'm going to go there. It's going to be in pristine condition because we're going to have the builder take care of it before you move in. now you know exactly where you're going. You don't have to crunch your moving and relocation all into one time frame. So buying a model home and then just waiting until you're ready to retire is another great situation if you're not looking at it from the investment standpoint.
I listen, investment standpoint was the only way. Admittedly, I looked at it, right. So, but like you bring up a freaking solid point. Like, how many people reach out to us? I know I'm going to be here. It's a retirement plan. Maybe it's a year or 2 years away, bruh. What a great freaking a year or 2 years away. We know in these communities, and you can watch any gloom and doom video you want to watch where the market's crashing. Right, they've
Yeah,
been saying it for 6-7 years. But the price points are always going up inside of these communities, and the more popular the community, the more the demand, the more guarantee you're going to have of those prices going up. They want to start those prices low. So what better way to do that than to go ahead and buy now, have a tenant paying your bills for you? Because the worry is if I buy now, I got to pay 2 mortgages, bruh. Bro,
no brainer.
yeah, bro, you got it. You got it up top, man. That boy has it up top.
We put it together sometimes. Sometimes we try.
No, all good information. I think that, if you're somebody out there that's considering making this happen, whether it's sooner or later, doesn't matter, reach out to us. Email
Yeah,
team@morefla.com or send us that text message above. Make sure you have some representation. It could be your Aunt Susan. Would love for it to be us, but like, don't miss out on opportunity. You got one opportunity. Let's say you're signing a 30-year mortgage. You're going to be in that mortgage until it's time to refinance or you're going to pay it off early. Like, don't mess it up. Go in there with some strategy and do it properly, people. Do it properly. You got anything
that's
else for me
it.
before we hop off?
All good, man. You got it all.
Cool. If you made it this far, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what the heck are you doing? Catch you guys on the next one.